And we are live. Hello, everyone. Thank you for clicking our live event today. This is Secure Visa's information session on studying and immigrating to Canada this 2024. I'm glad that you're here today. Hello, I hope you can see me on screen. Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. Sa Philippines, good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Sa Middle East, good evening. And in all other parts of the world, I hope you are all doing well. So, we are live now. Thank you for our viewers. Miss Joveline, can I just say thank you for taking the time? I'm sure marami po kayong matututunan dito. So, right now, while you're still waiting, how about invite our friends by sharing this link on FB? And maybe we have friends who are interested in the pathways to Canada. At marami po tayong matututunan. It would be worth sharing or typing a comment here below. I'd like to know. Thank you, Miss Joveline. Um, where are our viewers coming from? So, as I said, my name is Anna from the Secure Visa team. I am live to you from Toronto, Canada. And saan po kayo ngayon? I believe it's 1 in the afternoon in the Philippines and like early evening in Australia. Hi, Richie. Good afternoon from Bohol, Philippines. Thank you for watching. So, ang maganda dito, dapat nag-click po kayo ng mga buttons natin dyan, whether it's a heart or a thumbs up. It keeps our comments line active and this encourages others to view it while on Facebook. So, pakishare na po yung link. Thank you very much. I'm glad that meron po tayong mga watchers. Saan pa po yung iba? Hi, I am Anna. Dito tayo sa Canada, medyo madaling araw lang. So, thank you for the buttons. Yan, click nyo lang po. Para buhay ang ating comment section. Miss Joveline and Miss Richie are here. How about everybody else? Miss Gemma, hello. And Miss Joselle from Qatar. Aba, ano na pala dyan? Evening na talaga dyan. Oo. Yan. Wow, thank you so much. All right. So glad na nandito po tayo. If I will repeat, I want to introduce myself. I am Anna from the Secure Visa team. I am here in Toronto, Canada, and you will learn more about how to study in Canada, not just from our experts, but some sharing from my side. So thank you. Pakishare ngayon sa inyong mga friends din itong link na to, and we can proceed with our information session. So before we start, there's a few things that I want to let our viewers know. Let's unplug ourselves from other social media platforms para makafocus tayo dito sa presentation to. Masyadong maraming information. It would be best to focus on this one. And if you miss this live session, you can always watch the recording after. At mas madali ding i-share kahit hindi na live. Okay. Hi, Miss Jamela, Chris, from Madrid, Spain. Oh, ano ba yan? Buenos dias. Hindi yata, gabi na. Amy, hi. And Grace, thank you. Napaka-active pala ng chat. I'm sorry, I might be a bit delayed pag nagbabasa ako, but rest assured, I am reading these comments also, and our Secure Visa team is monitoring the comments box. So if you have any questions, just type it in there. Reactions, mas maganda yung reactions, hearts and thumbs up. That would be great. Okay, going back, prepare a pen and paper. It would be nice to take notes. And again, sabi ko nga, have other family members watch with you, spouse, partner, tito, tita, lolo, lola, anybody who would be learning a lot from this session. Hi, Jeffrey from UAE. Okay. And lastly, let's, as I said earlier, let's share it. Click the share button now at lalabas siya sa inyong personal news feed. Let them know that you're watching this and it will be a lot of information to gain from. Okay. Thank you so much, viewers, for actively responding in the chat. Okay. Um, Thank you for your comments. So this presentation is for you if you want to secure your future and your family's future by migrating to Canada. However, you're a bit confused and don't know where to start. But don't worry. Kaya nga tayo nandito sa session na to gain all that insights and get some guidance, of course, as we start our step. Siyempre, everything starts with knowledge, di ba? So, if kayo ay sumubok na rin to migrate or to apply pero hindi kayo naging successful or didn't get an approval, um, and if you just want to know how the student visa works in Canada and how to get it, this information session is for you. However, kung ikaw din ay na-refuse na before, maybe not so long ago, maybe recently, hindi nyo na-reach yung mga required points for a PR application or getting a offer to come to Canada, this information will also help you. And if you're trying to look for a job in Canada, however, hindi ka makapag-apply and employers are ignoring you, and there's other ways to immigrate to Canada and to live here just like myself. And this is a great place to start. And thank you again for taking the time to join us. Okay, just to be clear, Secure Visa is not a recruitment agency that offers jobs. So I'm being upfront with you. We are a consulting agency that helps aspiring migrants to live permanently in Canada. Of course, we are guided by our immigration experts and immigration lawyers. So our goal is to be here to guide you. Now, however, if you're looking for free assistance in migrating to Canada or finding a job in Canada, sorry, this presentation is not for you. So please exit this video. But I would prefer that you stay around because there's still a lot to learn. Now, some more disclaimers. This is not immigration advice for viewers because this is not a guarantee that you can immediately come to Canada. There are no shortcuts. The point here is we provide you the information and then we give you the channels kung saan ba kayo pwede pang magtanong further. So that's why we encourage you to watch this presentation from end to end. Because at the end of this presentation, we will tell you where you can contact us if you need more info about these findings here in this presentation. So I would just say change is never easy. It's always migrating. Some people will take a year or two before they finally come to Canada or become successful to live here. So one thing is for sure, we are not like other agencies. We are not promising heaven and paradise for you. We are realistic and we are here to work with you so that you can achieve your dreams. So we have lots of successful clients. I can share some of their stories later. But again, we wanted to inform you that migration requires a lot of preparation. There is hard work involved, determination, and proper guidance. I'm sure even yung mga OFWs natin na mga friends who are watching now, alam nila yung feeling no, that there's a lot of preparation needed. Kaya that's why informing ourselves with vital knowledge is very important. So if you're ready for us to start talking about this presentation, but please give a thumbs up or type yes. Thank you to our 74 watchers. Wow, that's great. Juliet, Eniel, and Ven, Joeline, type yes para we can proceed. And then we'll get into the good stuff dito sa ating. Thank you for our thumbs ups. Thank you and hearts. All right. Okay. Thank you, Belinda, Joeline, Jeffrey, Chue. Okay. Now here's the question. Does the study to permanent residence pathway really work? Let's check. Okay, showing you an article with some quotations from a former immigration minister of Canada. So according to this, the message is simple. Why are they inviting international students to come to Canada? So we don't want, he said that we don't just want you to study here. We are hoping to create pathways that allow you to stay here and make a lasting contribution beyond your academic career. As you know, Canada is very aggressive in inviting international students to come. And our former immigration minister, Sean Fraser, said this exactly. So it's one of the goals of the country talaga that the plan is for Canada to grow by inviting international students with skills and knowledge to contribute to the country. So I'm showing you this information plus some interesting statistics that you may want to check out about PR and immigration stats in Canada. So in this table, you would see like former study permit holders are very likely to be approved for PR. The approval rate as seen from 2016 to 2021 is about 97.5%. So ibig sabihin po niyan, you are very likely to get your PR if you've graduated from an institution in Canada. So this could happen in a span of 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years. But the approval rate to becoming a PR is 97.5%. So very rarely yung may hindi natutuloy to PR pathway according to this statistics. So according to this figures, nearly 130,000 former international students or study permit holders were finally approved for PR after they have met the qualifications, right? Okay. Now, so why are we showing all this information to you? There's no better time to start planning to move to Canada than today. That's why tinuturo natin itong mga info na ito. Okay. Kung pinakikinggan nyo ito, thank you. And you are in the right place. As I said earlier, the government of Canada is very aggressive in inviting international students and migrants and their families to come to the country. Actually, the immigration target of Canada from 2022 to 2025 is they want to invite at least 1.5 million new PRs or permanent residents from this period. Now is really the perfect time to start making plans to migrate. Okay. Now, we have a simple 3-step process. How can this happen? So bear with me here. We will go into the details later, but I'm going to go give you the simple 3-step process and then later pag-usapan natin ano pa ba yung mga involved dito, okay? First, be an international student, study in Canada for at least in a 2-year program with a designated learning institution or school. Second, so after you complete your studies, you graduate, right? You get your diploma. Now, you can apply for a post-graduation work permit. More details on that explain namin mamaya. Okay, so hang on. Okay, now you can look for a skilled job as you have this permit now. Now, this can help you to qualify for permanent residency. When you're already qualified for permanent residency, you can apply for step 3 to get to the PR if you are eligible. So please watch until the end. We will go into the details of each of these steps. At this point, let's do a quick survey sa ating mga 59 viewers. So, kung na-share nyo na po ba, where exactly in Canada do you want to visit? So me, myself, Anna, I am living here in Toronto, Ontario, the largest province in Canada. Saan po ang gusto niyong puntahan? Marami pong mga different provinces sa Canada. Type niyo po sa comment, where do you want to be? If you can come to Canada, anong gusto niyong puntahang lugar? Name a city or a province or any location in Canada. Type niyo po sa comment. I hope you would say Toronto. Alberta, Joeline. Oh, yeah. Maganda din sa Alberta. Very nice. The Instagrammable ang lugar. And of course, oh, Toronto. Sige, kita-kita tayo dito. Saya dito. I've been living here in Toronto for 2.5 years and no regrets. Maganda dito. Okay. Okay, so we all know that Canada is the second largest country in the world, diba? It's divided into many, many provinces. So Toronto is one of the major cities. May hindi pa kayo binabanggit. May isa pang city na medyo malaki-laki din na famous sa Canada, way near in the west, towards the Pacific Ocean. Wala pa nagbabanggit? Okay. Dami Toronto talaga. Punta kayo dito. That's nice. Actually, Toronto and Ontario, the capital of Canada is found in the province of Ontario, and the capital of Canada is in Ottawa. That's the seat of government. Another popular destination for international students is Vancouver in British Columbia. So if you've heard of it, yeah, Vancouver is also a good option if you want to study, work, and live in Canada. All right. Now, thank you so much for your comments. Ayan, si Chris. Siya lang pupunta ng Vancouver. Don't worry. Marami pa ibang mga provinces na pwede niyong puntahan. Okay, thank you for your comments, guys. So, here we are. Why do you need to listen to me talking here on FB and reading your chats, right? There's so many live videos online and vlogs and testimonials on YouTube. Malamang na itong pinag-uusapan, migrating to Canada or studying in Canada, di ba? So why is it a good option to listen to Secure Visa while we're at it? First of all, let me say, we know our stuff. Personally, we speak from experience. So our founders, JN and I now, we can talk about them a little bit more later. You can get to learn about their story. Our team members, we have been where you are. We have our stories to tell about moving to a different country, migrating, studying, different life. So, and with that, maybe now would be a good time for me to share my personal story. So I hope you bear with me. You can get to know me and you can maybe ask me questions if you want. So this is moi. Ito ako. I was a former international student here in Canada and now I am a work permit holder. So explain ko sa'yo paano ba ako napunta dito. So eh, here's my family, and we live in Toronto, katulad nga ng sabi ko. And I guess some of our friends here want to go to Vancouver and British Columbia. Thank you for your comments. Okay, so I came here to Canada on a study permit, and my husband is in an open work permit. So explain ko mamaya anong difference nun. But I came here with four of my kids. I have four daughters, and we've been living here in Toronto for over 2 years. So currently, my husband and I are both worker status, and we are waiting for eligibility to qualify for PR. So yung mga steps na yun will, again, describe them later para hindi masyadong malabo. Pero my timeline is when, of course, when you apply for a visa, you gather all your documents, you prepare yourself mentally, physically, and of course financially. You have to gather your resources. You do a lot of your research, and of course, what do you need to prepare? Again, we will discuss more that later. Ano ba yung kailangan i-prepare, right? So back in March 2021, COVID pa nito, we applied for our visa online, and then in a month, in April 2021, we got our approval. I was approved for my study permit. You could see those sample documents there. So the one in the middle, that's the visa stamp on your passport, and the study permit is the larger document on the right. That's my picture down there. In my former school in Lambton College, we arrived here in May 2021. So medyo ano pa nun, strict lockdown. However, they allowed international students to travel kasi essential travel siya for study. So we traveled, we're a family of six, and we landed here in Toronto, and we've been living here ever since. Next part of my story. Okay, so December 2022, I graduated. My program, by the way, was business management, postgraduate degree in business management. The program was about 20 months, or they call it a 2-year program. Uh, it was uh, it was not that easy, I would say, to really absorb and study. Syempre, kailangan may sipag, kailangan mag-review kung may mga requirements. You have to learn how to work in a team. I can explain that ang sa school namin, maraming international students. So, hindi lang po Pilipino, marami din mga nationalities. So, you have to learn how to interact with different cultures, of course. And of course, you have your professors are also very diverse. Some of them are from Canada already, native to Canada, and some of them are also former immigrants. So, ang maganda kasi sa study programs ng Canada, more of the programs are career-centered, and in a short span of time, you can complete your program. As short as 1 year, and even ang longest na is about 2 years, if ever. Now, I graduated at this time, and then by January 2023, I was already qualified to submit my application for PGWP, or the Post-Graduation Work Permit. So, 6 months later, we get the approval for the post-graduation work permit. And then I am no longer a student, so I am now a full-time worker. And then the permits of my family as the students, dependents, and my spouse as the open work permit, na-extend din sila together with mine. So, paano nangyari yun? Again, more details later. All right. So, ano bang perks ng having a PGWP, a postgraduate work permit? So based on my experience, because you're already working in Canada, you can receive benefits such as free provincial health care. Your dependent children, such as mine, below the age of 18, they can study for free in elementary and high schools here in Canada. So depende sa provinces, there are different requirements to enter the school, but rest assured, it's not expensive. It's actually free and it's supported by the government. So there's also tax benefits and refunds if you're a diligent taxpayer and worker in Canada. And other government benefits as listed here are pension, employee insurance, and Canada Child benefits. So if you're also employed full time, your employer also has special health plans or health insurance for you. And it covers a lot of benefits such as dental care and other medical treatments. Oh, hi, viewers. Thank you again for your comments. British Columbia and Toronto by Zainab and GBiz. Okay, so these pictures, so these are my kids. They're studying in a public school. So parang third year na nila ngayon in public school. So all is well. And these are my former classmates. As you can see, we're different nationalities. It's really great, to study na parang it's been a long time since I was a former student, but masaya yung experience to do study business in Canada because a lot of the courses talaga are, group centered. You have case studies and kind of prepares you pag pumasok ka na sa actual job dito sa Canada. Right. However, when we were living here, marami din ako mga challenges na experience kami as a family. Una-una, we didn't have any relatives here. When we arrived here, we didn't know anyone. So we need to learn to be independent. So part of the preparation na rin yun, yung when you come to a place na you barely know anyone, but you have to already have been prepared to come through research and everything. And uh, realistically speaking, finding a job wasn't as quick as expected. Hindi naman siya pagkadating mo meron ka na kagad na job. So to be honest, it takes some time. Of course, you have to understand the processes here, prepare what you need, but eventually you will get a job, diba? So it takes time. So it needs patience. And obviously, for people who live abroad, who've been living in different country, meron tayong habit of adjusting the prices o yung binibili natin pag kino-convert natin to peso, it's like a bit more expensive, right? But okay lang yun, 'di wag ka na mag-convert para ano. So, okay, hi Albert from Agusan del Sur. Thank you. Sana nandiyan pa kayo just keep clicking the heart or thumbs up kapag may nasabi ako na gusto nyo. It will help me know that you're still with me. Okay, so one of the challenges we also faced is I was worried about, ang timeline namin. Ano ba next step namin? Kasi graduate na ako, nagwo-work na ako. So ano yung next namin kailangan gawin moving forward? So more of the lessons that we learned is as you live here in Canada, people have different experiences. Iba-iba sila ng mga opinion. Syempre, iba-iba ng mga beliefs. So you learn to be open. We don't judge, right? As I said earlier, Canada is a very diverse country and we welcome all different nationalities. Actually, pare-pareha tayo dapat dito na if you want to be treated equally, you treat others the same way. Same thing about immigration law. Parang ang mga tao, iba't iba sila ng mga claim or belief on how it works. Some people would say, ganito yung ginawa ko na nag-apply ako, or ganito yung ginawa ng friend ko, nakakuha siya ng job, or nakakuha siya ng permit, blah, blah, blah. So, iba-iba yung mga expertise ng tao when it comes to immigration policy. So, medyo confusing din. Saan ba ako makikinig, right? Parang ganun. However, with this, I would like to say that because of these confusions of mine and the lessons we learned, it was a great thing that I finally got to meet Secure Visa while I was here in Canada. So that's enough about my story, but I want to jump towards yung Secure Visa and how does this connect with me, right? So back in November 2021, I met Jay and Ina, the founders and owners of Secure Visa. We were having this podcast and we're having this conversation about ano ba yung mga experiences namin bilang migrants. So na-share nila yung sila when they moved to New Zealand so many years back. Ito yung mga na-experience nila. And then same with us. My husband and I were able to share ano ba yung mga naranasan namin pag Canada naman, bringing your family to Canada. So kahit sila, Jay and Ina, their journey was far from perfect kasi meron din sila mga personal challenges when they went to New Zealand. So maybe I'm going to show it to you in the next slide, okay? So before they got successful, hindi naman sila skilled professionals. They kind of had a hard time applying for migration when they wanted to at that time. They tried migrating to Canada. However, because of the wrong information provided by an agency, they felt that they wasted this much money, as much as 500K with an agency. Wala naman nangyari when they wanted to go to Canada, right? So around 2015, they were trying to apply for a New Zealand resident visa, like a direct application to resident visa. However, there's a required number of points that they didn't meet because they weren't skilled workers at that time. So they didn't get a job offer yet, and they were not able to migrate. At the same time, yun na nga, they were looking for skilled jobs just to be able to enter the New Zealand market. And then that was the point when they found out that to be able to come to New Zealand, you can upskill yourself and then apply for a student visa. And that would give you the skills you need and the experience you need to reach the points needed that will help you become a permanent resident in New Zealand. Interesting. Okay, now I'm going to show you. So Aina, she was also a former international student in New Zealand. So when she was studying, na-discover niya na ang mga fellow students niya, a lot of them, not just Pinoys, other nationalities, they receive a lot of wrong information, wrong advice from agencies. Like they paid the agencies, pero parang kulang yung support, kulang yung information needed. So wrong program, hindi fit sa iyong qualification. Um, uh, And then students are struggling financially kasi hindi nga sila parang na-inform. They just arrived and then that's it. They won't know what to do next, right? So there's a bit of difficulty there adapting to new life in the country pag feeling mo parang wala kang support. And then again, a lot of these students in New Zealand, they would just end up not completing their program and then just going home. So parang sayang din, di ba? So after all those discoveries, that was when Aina and Jane decided to establish Secure Visa. So in 2018, they built this consultancy company because their goal was to avoid any frustrations and pains that some clients will experience throughout the migration process. So isn't that interesting? So if you want to learn more about this, let me know you're still alive there. Thank you for your question, Albert. We'll get back to that in a bit. Um, type yes or thumbs up or heart if you're still here, and then we'll continue talking about our secure visa story. All right. Thank you, everybody. Okay, here's the family of Aina and JN. So, as our founders, they are now currently living in New Zealand as citizens. So, dito na nila na-establish yung family nila. So, they have their two lovely daughters. Okay, the Secure Visa team, our primary goal is to help migrants to study, work, and live in their ultimate destination, whether it's New Zealand, whether it's Canada, and then pretty soon, Australia. So you have a lot of options. And then not just to study, our goal is to help you be prepared enough and qualified enough to be permanent residents in those countries of choice. So, um, sorry, let me go back. We have our secure visa team. We call ourselves education specialists, and we are based in Manila in Canada and in New Zealand. Okay. So we have a team of subject matter experts who are also migrants, such as myself, and we know what it feels like to be in your shoes of wanting to move to a different country. So ano ba yung mga kailangan kong i-prepare? So these are our team members. They all succeeded in their own pathways. So we are confident that we can give you the same support and 100% guidance that you need. Okay, and we will be able to recommend what is best for you. This is our office. It's located in Metro Manila in Pasay City, just near the Mall of Asia. Okay. Please be advised that this office and our teams are in a work from home setup. On special events, we would be on site at the office. And if you wish to visit our office, it would be recommended to have an appointment. More details on how to set up an appointment and to contact Secure Visa will be given at the end of this presentation. So don't just drop in. It's best to contact us. We have our channels through email and through Facebook if you want to learn more about our services. Now, showing you our proof of legitimacy through the SEC and BIR certificate of registration. I'm going to just go through this rather quickly. And our business permits, as you can see here as displayed. All right. Now we have our regulated Canadian immigration consultant, or RCIC, and he's based in Canada. And we also have immigration lawyer based in New Zealand. So they are our experts in this in this field. They are also dedicated to guiding our clients towards their own migration goals. So why am I showing this to you? We want you to see that we're not just an ordinary agency. So we're not just anybody with no real experience. We have clients who have actually succeeded with their applications for student visa, not just in New Zealand, but also in Canada, and they have successfully arrived in their country of destination, starting their study programs, bringing their family. So, totoo, nangyayari yun, nakakarating sila dito. Ito yung some of their pictures. I'm gonna go through them. And you can see that they are all from different countries, all walks of life, male, female, mommy, daddy, with children, single, married. Sinusundo sila ng ating mga founders, Ina and JN, as you can see in the picture. So, okay. So there's more here. That you can come to New Zealand and Canada, and you can see that the Secure Visa team is there. Andyan din ako. Ayan ako, nandyan ako. Yan, nagmi-meet ups tayo sa airport para makita naman natin at welcome natin yung ating mga clients. Kasi coming to a different country, di ba, parang, oh, you don't know anyone, di ba? Parang mas maganda na merong sumasalubong sa iyo. Okay? Great. Now, bakit nga ba okay to study in Canada? Let's discuss 4 reasons why studying in Canada is a popular way to get your permanent residency status. A lot of Filipinos and even non-Filipinos are studying in Canada, tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, because of the opportunity to be a PR. Saan pa ba may ganon, right? So there are a lot of other benefits to study. So, I'm going to go through them, and then we can explain more on what the CRS score is, or the comprehensive ranking system. Okay, let's start with the number one reason why studying in Canada is a great thing. Okay. Okay. Number one, studying in Canada will allow you to get a post-graduation work permit. So after graduation, international students are allowed to apply for a PGWP, which is valid for up to 3 years. So this is dependent on the type of program you took, your certificate program, or ano yung pinag-aralan mo sa Canada. So that's up to 3 years maximum yon. You can stay up to 3 years in Canada and work, gain experience even after you've graduated. Okay. And then with the PGWP, take note, you are free to decide which employer you want to work for. Hindi ka nakatie down sa isang employer kasi parang siyang open work permit. So you can choose any industry, any job, any location in Canada you can legally work. Now, you can work full-time for up to 40 hours or more. Some people can work 2 jobs if they want to. So if they're qualified to, they can. And as I said earlier, this is a great opportunity to gain Canadian work experience. Work experience is a very important ingredient to becoming a permanent resident, and we'll explain why later. All right. Okay. Now, so how can you get the PGWP? Just to be clear, hindi naman siya automatic. There's many qualifications for you to do to be able to apply for it. First of all, you must be enrolled or studying in a Canadian Designated Learning Institution, or a DLI. So these are colleges and universities that offer programs for international students. Hi, Jess. Hi, Albert. Thank you for your comments. So we were talking about the DLI. So later on, just in a few minutes, I'm just going to introduce to you which school you can study pagka gusto nyo mag-aral sa Canada. So of course, bukod sa pagiging enrolled ka sa school, you have to finish your program. So, now, how do you get the longer duration of a PGWP, right? Sabi ko nga, may iba 1 year in PGWP, maybe sometimes 2 years or 3 years. Now, it is recommended that you finish a program which is at least a 2 years duration to qualify for a postgraduate work permit for 3 years. So there are some programs that would offer you a 1 year plus another 1 year of 2 different courses, but it will be a total of 2 years, and that will help you qualify for a longer PGWP. Now, after you get your PGWP, how do you then apply for the PR, permanent residency? So, after studying, katulad nga na sinabi namin, magkakaroon ka na ng skilled work experience. through the PGWP. So during the 3 years that you're holding the PGWP, use that to be employed, gain skills, gain experience through employers. Now, if your points are high enough through the system, having a skilled job will help you qualify for your permanent residency pathways. Ito yung mga pathways listed here on the right side. To simplify, some of them are called Federal Skilled Worker Program, Federal Skilled Trades Program. So these are if you qualify, example, you have a certification for a certain trade, such as electrician, plumbing, carpentry. So there's a pathway for you. You can be a PR through this pathway. However, if you have other specializations like business, finance, or tech, pasok ka dito sa Federal Skilled Worker. Now, meron ding Canadian Experience Class. So these are for international students or workers who have been working in Canada for at least 1 year. So having worked for full time in 1 year would qualify you to be PR under the Canadian Experience Class. And depending on the province where you live in, and if you qualify, you can also become a provincial nominee. So, okay. Okay. Now, we were talking about that CRS score, right? Ito yung sinasabi nilang comprehensive ranking system. Why is this so important if you want to be a PR, right? If you have a Canadian qualification such as your diploma or certificate from the university or college that you studied, di ba? Sabi ko nga, may DLI kayong inenrollan, meron kang Canadian qualification, plus nagkaroon ka ng Canadian work experience as you were working after you graduated, you will get a higher points in the CRS scoring system. And then this will help you qualify to be nominated for a PR. So the higher your points, then the better. So these are all other factors that are considered in the CRS, which include your age. It is also included if you are have a spouse or not, which location you are working, and what kind of industry you're working on. So there are many factors that weigh in. But as I said earlier, it is the main ingredient here is having the skilled work experience. So you will be more competitive versus someone who didn't study in Canada because your points will be much higher than that person. Okay. Now, reason number 2 why studying in Canada is a great pathway to become a PR. Of course, you can work while studying. So during your studies, you can work part-time for up to maximum of 20 hours a week. Take note, your priority as a student is to study and finish your program. So you can earn money, but this is not your main stream of revenue. If you're studying, your focus is to complete your program, right? But to help with your daily expenses, you can do a part-time job with only this amount of time allowed. And then, as you're doing your part-time, you can also gain references and connections with employers, which later on, they can absorb you if you're applying na for a full-time job after you graduate. So as I said here, it's a higher chance to be given other opportunities kasi nakapag-work ka na kahit part-time, right? Okay. Now let me illustrate here what is the number 3 reason why studying in Canada is a great thing. As I said for myself, di ba? Nadala ko yung aking family. So you may bring your family while studying. So if you have a partner or spouse, you may apply for an open work permit for him or her kahit na wala pa siyang job offer. So sabi ko nga, open work permit, kapag nakarating dito yung spouse mo or yung partner mo, they can work for any employer, not a problem. That you're not tied down to any company, right? And of course, they can work full-time to help you with your expenses. And then while you're studying, if your partner has gained more experience, say your partner has a skilled trade or a special skill, maaaring mas mataas ang kanyang CRS points. Maaaring siya naman na maging principal applicant for your PR application as a couple or as a family. Now, as I said kanina din, ang mga children, my dependent children can get free education in Canada's public schools from age 5 up to 18 or 19 years old. And of course, if you're applying now for PR, kasama na rin ang dependent children mo sa inyong application. If ma-approve si mommy at daddy, approved na rin for PR, of course, ang mga bata. And of course, if you're an OFW, I think you understand the feeling that you have been living abroad for a long time, malayo ka sa family mo and you're working. Now, an option in Canada is you are working in Canada, you are abroad, but you brought your family with you. So you can create more memories and help your children, help your spouse to help to raise the children, di ba? Okay. Now, speaking of family, gaano naman katagal ang visa duration ng mga dependents ko? So, kung ako yung main applicant, such as international students, ano naman yung duration ng aking student visa? Or yung permits nila, I mean. So, same length of time. It's usually the length of time of your study program. Ganon din kahaba yung validity ng permit ng iyong spouse or your partner and your children. Now, after I've completed the program, so I already graduated, let's say, kukuha na ako ng PGWP ko, ano naman ang magiging visa ng status ng aking family? So, it will be the same, para i-extension lang siya. So, included na siya sa application mo. When I receive my PGWP as a graduate, na-extend na rin yung mga permits ng aking spouse and children for up to 3 years. So, we can stay here pa for another 3 years. So, obviously, reason number 4, why study in Canada? Obviously, it's the fastest way to move to Canada. If you're prepared enough and if you've got everything in order, you can fly to Canada in just 6 months or less. So, isn't that very time bound and very time beneficial to those people who are really planning ahead, no? So, now that we've talked about bakit ka nga kailangan mag-study sa Canada, ito na yung we're going to the meat of our discussion. Where can I study? What are my options if I want to study in Canada? Let's meet one school, one DLI who can offer us an option if I want to study again. So where can I get my degree in Canada? So without further ado, we are going to be jumping in to invite Miss Maria Papa from Niagara College in Toronto. I hope Maria is here. Can you hear us, Maria?
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Can you
Hi,
see me?
Maria. Thank you. Thank you for coming. So, she is the Associate Director of Global University Systems in the Philippines. So, kamusta naman?
Mabuti naman po. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. I don't know. I hope everything will go smoothly because I'm actually on a travel and ang internet ay medyo mahina. So let me know once nawala ako no sa stage kasi sometimes nakakato. But can you hear me properly? Okay
Yes,
naman.
yes. Loud and clear. Go ahead, Maria.
Okay, so let me start by showing you the campus first before I will discuss, the college, because I want you to understand what's like to be in Niagara College, Toronto. So let's have the virtual tour. Just bear with me. I will share my.
So as you know, Niagara College in Toronto is only one of the many school options that you have if you want to study in Canada. So you will learn a lot about anong ino-offer nila and where are they located. There you go. We can see it. Go ahead.
Welcome to Niagara College, Toronto. I'm Maria and I'll be taking you on a tour of our brand new 𝗪𝗪𝘁 campus to show you what this modern facility has to offer. Located in the much-loved community of 𝗪𝗪𝘁 Village, will feature 65,000 square feet of space across 3 brand new buildings. Our main building will welcome students for spring 2023, and the remaining 2 buildings will be unveiled as part of phase 2. Let's take a look at the main building. Through the main doors on the ground level are the Welcome Center and Campus Store. Next, you'll notice the central staircase which takes you up to the 2nd floor and bleachers seating for relaxing with friends. Over here is the Student Support Center where students can meet with members of our academic services, student services, and other NCT departments. On the 2nd floor, you'll immediately notice the spacious hallways and ample flex spaces for lounging or studying. Students who need a moment of privacy can claim one of the many phone rooms on this floor. Around the corner, we also have student lockers for storing personal items. The 2nd floor has several classrooms and computer labs. Many of our classrooms have preserved the character of the historic buildings that once occupied this location. Our final stop on this floor is the study room. You'll immediately notice how spacious and quiet and full of natural light this room is. Here on the third floor, there are even more classrooms and computer labs. There are many desktop computers available for drop-in use when the labs are not book or classes or workshop. Students can meet there and work on projects or complete their assignment. A quick walk down in the hall and we arrive at the student lounge where student, faculty, and staff gather together to fuel up and hold events, activities, and celebration. You can access the beautiful rooftop deck from here for some fresh air, have a snack in the sun. Thanks for joining us on this virtual tour of our new campus. We look forward to welcoming you to our Niagara College Toronto family.
Very nice. Ang
All
bongga
right.
naman. Ang bongga. Meron
So
pang
that's
ano.
very happy because I did it myself when I was in our campus last May 2023 when we opened the brand new
Ang
campus.
ganda. Ang ganda. Nice. All right. So let me know
Okay,
if you want me to skip to the slides. I will be navigating for you, Maria.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, please. Okay. I will close my camera because the internet is kind of bad, so they can focus, and then later I will open again so we can
Sure.
for the Q&A.
Okay.
Okay, so there you go. Yes, please. Okay, so Niagara College as a whole is one of the most established public college in the province of Ontario in Canada. We have 3 campuses. Our main campus is in Welland, wherein we have more than 130 plus programs. We have Niagara on the Lake campus. Yan yung malapit sa Niagara Falls. But the one I'm going to discuss to you this afternoon is the Toronto campus. So dito lang tayo mag-focus. So I will, tell you more about the details of the opening of our brand new campus. Yung nakita nyo kanina sa campus tour. Why I should study to Niagara College Toronto. Why the City of Toronto. Why Canada. Admission requirements and application process. Student services. Career support, housing or accommodation. And of course, after the presentation that we can proceed to the Q&A. Next, please. Okay, so we are a public college. So when we say public college in Canada, meaning to say, it will give you a big advantage. Actually, a lot of advantage in the sense that all the programs that we are offering in a public college will give you the eligibility to apply for a work permit after your study or what we call post-graduation work permit or the PGWP. Next, please. Okay, so we are located in the largest city in Canada, which is the city of Toronto. This is the Center for Business, Culture, Tourism. It's like Makati area dito sa atin, BGC area. So nandito na ang malalaking businesses. Nasa city ng Toronto, ang pinakamalaking industry ng hospitality and tourism sa buong Canada. Nandito ang pinakamalaking industry ng tech sa buong Canada. So ang programs that we are offering in the Toronto campus, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, hindi siya kasing dami no, nang ino-offer namin sa main campus. Nandiyan yung ating mga healthcare-related programs, engineering programs, and so on. But the ones that we have, these are tailored programs to the City of Toronto. These are the most sought qualifications wherein pagka-graduate ninyo, it's a very, very practical program. Maganda agad ang makukuha at mabilis kayong makakakuha ng mga trabaho. So we have 2 categories of the program. Ang nakikita nyo sa screen ngayon, these are the undergraduate or the diploma programs. Under this, we have business accounting, sales and marketing, and we have computer programming. Next, please. On the postgrad, we have international business management, human resources management, and we have hospitality and tourism management. So later on, explain ko sa inyo in details what's with our program, duration, tuition, and so on. So palagi ko rin dinidiscuss in my presentation, whether it's virtual or face-to-face, because I want to set your expectations. No expectation versus reality. I always say that. Why? Because mahirap. No, pagdating nyo sa Canada, pag nag-expect kayo ng maayos, because what you heard in the Philippines is so exaggerated, and it was ang information na nabigay sa inyo is like too much yung sinasabi nating sugar-coated. So ako, very direct to the point. Anong kailangan ng mga international student pagdating sa Canada? Because syempre mag-aaral kayo ulit. At hindi mura. Magastos. Bago pa lang kayo umalis ng Pilipinas, magastos na. So everyone is so focused in the job opportunities. And it's okay because as an international student, you have your working rights. You can work 20 hours habang nag-aaral kayo per week. You can work full-time during your term break and during holidays, or yung 40 hours per week. So, natural, kumbaga, ano yan, kasama na yan, part of it na kayo ay merong working rights na kailangan ninyong magtrabaho. And then, pagka-graduate ninyo, as I've mentioned, we are a public college, so meron kayong eligibility ka agad sa work permit o yung PGWP na tinatawag depends sa length ng program ninyo. Now, kung kailangan ninyo ang trabaho, dapat practical kayo. Tingnan ninyong mabuti ang location kung saan ang school na ini-offer sa inyo. And we know that. That's why ang location namin is very strategic. Okay? Nasa pinakamalaking city tayo ng Canada, sa mismong downtown pa. Gaano kalaki ang city ng Toronto? Ang daming nakamarket sa Philippines, they say Toronto, but when you check it, they're not actually in downtown. Greater Toronto, yung tinatawag nating GTA. So malaki ang difference kasi it could be an hour away from downtown or sometimes more. Okay? So kung nandito tayo sa mismong downtown at nandito ang lahat, andito na ang malalaking businesses, ang malalaking hotels, malalaking restaurant, hindi kayo kakabahan or hindi kayo matatakot na baka pagdating nyo doon wala kayong trabaho. Okay? And that's one of the common mistakes ng mga international student. Kasi na-focus sila sa other things. Oy, dito ako ang daming programs. Isang program na po ang kailangan nating i-apply. At ang importante ay may post-graduation work permit because in that sense, diyan kayo kukuha ng points for, eligibility in the future to apply for permanent residency. As simple as that. Now, trabaho. Walang trabaho, walang pangbayad ng tuition, walang pangbayad ng bahay, and so on and other expenses. So, paano? So, nagpapalipat-lipat ang mga estudyante. And ma-avoid nyo yan, of course, by simply assessing kaagad. Kasi this is very, parang predictable yan eh. Maganda location, maraming trabaho. Ganun lang po. Very direct to the point. So, yun ang isa sa maibibigay ng Niagara College Toronto sa inyo, aside, of course, of the programs that we are offering, which is, world-class, ang quality, and ang ating mga programs ay very, very in demand. Next, please. And then we have this services na offer or assistance na binibigay namin sa aming mga student. If you need anything, you can go to the student services. If you need any job assistance, you can go to the ating career services office. Okay, so ito yung campus natin, yung nakita nyo kanina. Next, please po. The next one, this is the other campus na ginagamit natin. Okay, next ulit, parehas downtown Toronto po yan. So if you're going to apply now to Niagara College Toronto, kita nyo bagong-bago yung campus natin. Kaka-open lang this May 2023. Isa kayo sa unang-unang gagamit ng ating brand new campus. And of course, a brand new campus, it comes with a brand new facilities. We have state-of-the-art classrooms, computer labs, andito ang ating mga offices. If you need assistance, as I have mentioned, and then may rooftop deck tayo if you want to enjoy or if you want to simply enjoy the beauty of the city of Toronto. Now, bakit kami nag-move sa bagong campus? We are growing rapidly. Kahit kaka-open lang 3 years ago ng Toronto campus ng Niagara College, we have as much as 7,000 students na. Okay? So we need to move sa bigger campus. Okay, next please. So ayan, nakikita nyo, as I have mentioned, para tayong nasa Makati, para ma-picture out ninyo, nasa PGC, andito na lahat. And ang we are very accessible, and accessibility is everything. You can go to one place to another ng pinakamabilis. At advantage yan, lalong-lalo na kapag kayo ay nagpa-part-time na. Kasi palipat-lipat kayo, you'll get paid per hour. Papunta sa school, papunta sa tirahan ninyo, and so on and so forth. Available ang lahat ng transportation, public transportation, lalo sa city ng Toronto, at napakaganda. Meron tayong subway na connected sa city ng Toronto. Kasama na dyan, of course, ang pinakamalapit na station sa nakikita niyo sa screen, if you get off Bathurst Station. 3 minutes nandun na agad kayo. Ang buses 24 hours. So, ang maganda doon, pag may panggabi kayong trabaho, magagawa niyo pa rin. And any time of the day, you can travel the fastest way. Isa yan sa problema din ng mga student natin. I'm telling you, because when I was there, may mga nakausap din ako mga estudyante. Problema nila ang transportation. For example, ang klase hapon pa, they have to be in the bus stop as early as 8 a.m. Kasi yun lang ang dadaan for the day. And hindi nyo ma-experience yan sa city ng Toronto. Plus, meron kaming discount sa ating mga international student. Once you start your programs to Niagara College Toronto, meron tayong 40% discount for you. And of course, CN Tower, ang airport na malapit dalawa. We have 𝗲𝗏𝗂𝗓 Toronto City Airport and we have Toronto Pearson International Airport. Next po. Okay, so another important thing or factor na chine-check nyo dapat sa school na applyan nyo is the reputation din. Okay, kasi importante yan. And we are Niagara College, and I have mentioned Niagara College is one of the most established public college in the province of Ontario. 3 campuses, Welland, Niagara-on-the-Lake. Ang main campus natin na-established 1960s pa. We're in top 10 Canadian research colleges for 6 years in a row. Number 1 tayo in 2019. Employability 87.5%. We are ranked number 1 college din po in student satisfaction for 8 consecutive years. Next, please. Okay, so why Canada? Okay, ang daming countries na nag-offer for international study, right? But bakit ang Canada is one of the best option para sa ating mga international student? Okay, number 1 country tayo for quality of life. Ang ating education is world-class din, outstanding ang quality, internationally recognized qualification ang makukuha nyo. Isa sa pinaka-safe na country sa buong mundo at ang safety natin is very important. Napakababa po ng crime rate sa Canada. Next po. And if you can see here in the data, between 2009 and 2019, Canada created 1.8 million new jobs for the graduate. So dito palang kita ninyo na, hindi kayo pupunta doon at mag-aaral at walang trabaho pag-graduate. And then, ang isa sa pinaka-importante or what sets apart Canada from the rest of those countries na nag-offer ng international study, very direct po ang post-graduation work permit. As long as nag-apply kayo sa public college, then whether it's a business program, kahit gaano kahaba ang program, eligible kayo sa post-graduation work permit na tinatawag natin. And of course, you can bring your family with you. The husband can work full-time and the children, libre po ang pag-aaral. Estudyante pa lang po kayo, ganito na po kalaki ang benefit ninyo sa Canada. So, from there, I may say, and I am very confident na sabihin sa inyo na ang Canada is one of the best option para sa international student. Nag-invest tayo ng time para mag-aral ulit. Nag-invest ng malaking pera, dun tayo sa malaki ang ating return of investment. Okay, City of Toronto, as na-mention ko na rin kanina, largest city in Canada, one of the most livable cities in the world. Very multicultural po, diverse, around 200 nationalities studying and working. Living sa city ng Toronto, napakarami pong kababayang Pinoy that can probably help you in some ways once kayo ay nandun na. Now, let's talk about the programs. Ang program nakikita natin sa screen, kanina sinabi ko may 2 category, diploma and the postgrad. So ito yung ating first one, ang diploma programs, undergraduate. Sino ang pwedeng mag-apply? Kung kayo'y high school graduate, hindi nakapag-college, old curriculum, we can accept you. Undergraduate, of course, ng college can apply din. And then yung mga K-12 graduate natin and mga graduate ng college can apply sa diploma program. Now, what's with the business program? Para makita ninyo, mapag-aralan ninyo. Next, please. Later on, actually, pwede nyong i-review yan sa ating website. So, 2 years ang duration ng program natin, ang lahat ng diploma. Ang ating intakes or kung kailan kayo pwedeng mag-start ng klase is 3 times a year tayo lagi. Paulit-ulit lang yan, cycle. We have the winter or the January intake, spring or the May intake, and we have the fall or the September intake. Okay, but I can tell you at this moment, sarado na po tayo ng January 2024. Yung spring natin, 3 program na lang po ang available. Yung ating business, ito yung nasa screen natin, business accounting and sales and marketing na lang po. The rest, sarado na. So soon, we will open the September 2024, probably next week. So hopefully, makakuha kayo ng slot. Okay, now, pagdating sa tuition fee natin in a year is estimated 17,000 Canadian dollar po ang ating tuition fee. So kami naman ay hindi nagre-require na bayaran ninyo isang taon. So sa 2 taon, ilang terms? 4 na installment nyo babayaran ang tuition. Yung nakikita nyo yung 17,000 plus Canadian dollars sa isang taon lang yan, kalahati lang po. Kailangan ninyong bayaran to be able na kayo ay maging officially enrolled and apply for your visa, of course, at makastart ng klase. Wala kayong babayaran agad pagdating sa Canada, yun na po ang first semester ninyo. Yung second semester, babayaran ninyo once you are there na sa second sem pa. At we are offering waive application fee of 100 Canadian dollar. Wala po kayong babayaran as long as nag-attend or nandito kayo ngayon sa ating session or info session with one of our partner, which is Secure Visa. Apply through them. We'll give you the admission for free. Ang tuition, hindi rin agad babayaran. There's a time for that. Okay, next po. So, ito yung program outline natin. If you want to know more about the programs, mapag-aralan ninyong mabuti, go to our website later, 𝗕𝗘𝗡𝗘𝗙𝗧 under program. So, ang ganda ng business program. May operation management, may human resources, may accounting. Next po. We have here even supply management, project management, even Canadian business law. Next, please. Okay, second is business accounting. So next po. Dito, the same din, we are accepting undergraduate. If you want to be a CPA in Canada, then you can apply for this program. At ang maganda sa ating mga business program, whether it's accounting o yung nauna, hindi specific po. No, wala kaming assessment in terms of background, in terms of your education, work experience. Everyone can apply. Okay, next po. Okay, so same din yan, 2 years. Same intakes, same din po ang tuition. Pwede pong installment per term or per semester, which is yung first semester din lang ang kailangang bayaran. Next po ulit. Okay, next please. Again, next po ulit. Okay, now, business sales and marketing. So dito pwede rin ang undergraduate, same thing, K-12 graduate ng college. And meron kaming mga certain program sa Canada na ang tawag ay merong co-op, yung as part of the program. So what is co-op? It's like internship or OJT. At ang business sales and marketing is one of na meron ng co-op. Okay? So next po. So dito, ang maganda rin, if you want to be in the retail industry, this is a very good program. You can be a retail manager na kaagad. 2 years din, same intake, same din po ang tuition, pwedeng installment. Next po. And then, ang maganda dito, gaano kahaba yung ating co-op or internship? Nasa 120 hours. In that 120 hours, may bayad. So, kikita kayo ng extra. Bukod sa kumita na kayo ng extra, nagkaroon pa kayo ng hands-on experience kaagad and higher employability around 90%. Why? Nagustuhan ka ng employer, saan ka nag-OJT or nag-intern or nag-co-op, may trabaho ka na kaagad pagka-graduate mo. Plus, mayroon ka rin makukuhang designation dito. Kung doon sa ating accounting, ang designation ay CPA, dito ang tawag ay CSA or Certified Sales Associate Designation. Next po. Now, ang paapat, computer programming. So this one, unlike the business program naman, preferably dapat may relevance sa inyong education or work experience sa computer programming or IT. Okay, so in this one, ang ganda rin po ng career opportunities. You can be a software engineer kaagad, a web developer, super in demand, 2 years din siya, same intakes, same din po ang tuition. Yung mga K-12 natin, pwede rin pong mag-apply nito. Next po. Sige pa po. Next. Okay, next po. Okay, now, let's talk about yung second category ng program o yung graduate certificate. So dito, unlike dun sa mga una kong diniscuss na diploma, na pwede ang undergraduate dito, unfortunately hindi. So dapat graduate po kayo ng college. This is like a master program. So ang first one natin is international business management. So if you want to be in international trade, if you want to work as a custom broker, logistic, foreign trade consultant, if you want to be an import or export manager, this is a very good program to apply. Again, anyone can apply. Kahit po kayo ay nasa healthcare, teacher, police, whatever your occupation in the Philippines, everyone can apply for international business management. So 1 year lang po ang lahat ng postgrad natin. Ang intakes is the same, 3 times a year, January, May, and September. Ang tuition is 18,000 plus Canadian dollar per year. But dito po ay installment din. So 50% din lang ang kailangan ninyong bayaran. Okay? So program outline, you can review later ulit as I have mentioned sa ating website. Ang second is human resources. So dito medyo specific din ng konti. No? Dapat graduate kayo ng human resources or psychology or you have the work experience in the industry. Super in demand din po ang human resources. Ang taas po ng salary nito sa Canada. Iba na sa business area tayo. That's why we're offering most of the business program. So kailangan din nila ang ganitong qualification super in demand because they need someone to handle the people in their business or organization, right? Ang maganda rin sa human resources, may co-op din. Gano'ng kahaba Ang haba po, nasa 300 hours. So, doble nung sales and marketing natin wherein kikita kayo ng extra. And of course, higher employability din and may designation din kayong makukuha. Ang tawag ay CHRP or Certified Human Resources Professional. Yung mga designation, ito yung lalong nagpapataas ng sweldo. Okay, once you have this, very, very in demand kayo, madali kayong makakahanap ng trabaho po. So 1 year din, same intake, same din po ang tuition nito. Next po. Okay, so sa third one naman natin is we have the hospitality and tourism management. So dito, at least graduate din kayo ng hospitality and tourism or hotel and restaurant management or nag-J1 kayo sa US ng hospitality internship or you have the work experience in the industry. 1 year din siya, same intakes din po. At the same time, super in-demanded managerial position din. So I want to share din lang because when I was in Canada, I was very proud of our students kasi nung nag-check-in ako sa Marriott, partner kasi namin ang Marriott, no? Marami lang, 4-5 Marriotts around the city of Toronto, is ang daming mga Pinoy na nagtatrabaho. And so happened, I have met one of our students sa NIAGARA College, Toronto. Kakagraduate lang niya last year and ang kanyang position is assistant manager kaagad. So here is the thing, this is a very good opportunity for us, of course, to come to the country, mag-aral, magtrabaho, mag-work permit after the study and eventually application, of course, or eligibility to apply for permanent residency. But ang trabaho ninyo ang ganda din because you have the Canadian education na. Lalo na yung mga undergraduate natin kasi pag nag-take kayo ng diploma, it's Canadian education din, yung 2 years natin. And at the same time, maganda rin ang inyong magiging career. So, na-reprogram ang ating career in a way, lalo na dun sa ating mga undergraduates. So, next po. Okay, so 1 year din ito, same intakes din and super in demand din because as I have mentioned, ang pinakamalaking industry ng hospitality and tourism sa buong Canada is in the city of Toronto. Part of the program din ang food and beverage service management. Okay, next po. Now, admission requirements na tayo. Sa mga undergraduate natin, ano lang ang kailangang i-provide? Yung high school form 137, your high school diploma, and your passport. Kung K-12, dagdag lang sa junior high school ang inyong K-12 TOR at ang inyong diploma. Kung kayo ay college graduate, dagdag lang po ng inyong college transcript and diploma sa high school. Yung mga undergraduate ng college, huwag nyo nang i-provide yung inyong mga incomplete transcript. No need, yun na lang high school kasi lalong nagtatagal sa admission. Kahingan pa kayo ng diploma, ay undergraduate nga. So, high school naman is okay na credential sa ating undergraduate programs. Now, kung kayo married woman, provide lang ng marriage certificate as a proof of name change kasi nag-iba na yung surname para mabilis din ang offer of admission. And then, sa ating postgrad naman, since hindi naman kami nag-accept dito ng undergraduate, hindi nyo na kailangang i-provide yung inyong high school documents. College na lang po. Transcript ng college, diploma, passport, and then kung married woman, marriage certificate din. Now, proof of English proficiency test. Kailangan ba ng IELTS, PTE, Duolingo, any other form? Wala of test. Ang kailangan nyo lang i-provide is MOI or Certificate ng English as a medium of instruction yan. Kung high school, graduate sa high school, hihingin K-12 sa K-12 kung saan nag-graduate, kung college, kung saan nag-graduate ng college. But, sorry, kung K-12 pala, hindi na kailangan. Okay, lahat lang ng graduate sa old curriculum ng high school ang kailangang mag-provide ng English certificate or MOI. Okay, so very basic academic documents, I don't think you cannot provide. Next po. Okay, now scholarship. We're giving as much as 3,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. Ang tawag ay Southeast Asia Scholarship. And this is scholarship po for a public college ay napakalaki na. Bihira po ang public college na nagbibigay ng scholarship. Sometimes may mga requirements pa sila. Kailangan mataas ang grade or whatever kung ano ang kailangan. But kami, as long as nag-attend kayo again this afternoon and nag-apply kayo through Secure Visa, we'll give you the 3,000 Canadian dollar kaagad po. I-deduct yan sa inyong tuition. So how it works, nagbayad kayo ng 50% ng 1 year, 1,500 muna ang deducted. Pag kayo ay nasa Canada na at nagbayad na kayo ng second semester na tuition, you will have the other 1,500 to be deducted sa tuition, but you have to maintain your 80% ng grade sa first semester. Okay, next po. Next, please. Ayan. And these are the student services we are providing. So sa career services support, ang maganda naman dun sa ating next po, sa ating career services is the moment you start your program, this is actually one of the best service that we are providing our student. Next slide, please. Okay, kasi in this one, pag start na ng klase ninyo and you need assistance, punta lang kayo sa aming career service office. Then we can help you na kaagad in terms of a lot of things. Andiyan na yung pagpe-prepare sa inyo in terms of your personal branding, career development workshop. We'll teach you how to write proper Canadian resume. Pa-practice pa kayo how to answer interviews, tulungan kayong magawa ng sariling LinkedIn professional profile kasi doon naghahanap ang mga employer. So, dapat meron kayo niyan. And then we'll support you through the job application process. Meron kami laging mga networking events, mga career fair wherein nag-i-invite kami ng mga companies at part doon sa aming mga partner companies na sa school mismo at pumupunta sila doon where you can apply na kaagad ng trabaho. Okay, whether it's internship din or yung sa ating co-op. Next po. Okay, ang minimum wage sa city ng Toronto in the province of Ontario since last year is 15.50 Canadian dollar. Next po. Lahat ng nakikita sa screen, these are partner companies namin that you can apply na rin ng trabaho. Next po. Okay, so housing or accommodation, this is one of the best service that we are providing our student. Next po. On this one, kung makikita ninyo sa next slide, ayan, ang estimated cost of living in the city of Toronto, kasama na ang housing. So we know that kailangan nyo yan. Kung wala kayong kamag-anak doon, wala kayong kakilala. So huwag kayong mag-alala. All you need to do once you get your visa is go to our website, NIAGARACOLLEGE-CANADA. Under housing, lalabas lahat ng option yung mga partner accommodation namin such as LiveNet, Harrington House, we have Stay Canada, we're even offering homestay program. So mamili kayo, depende sa kaya ng budget. Kung single kayo pupunta kasama ang pamilya, andun na lahat ng options. Ang pinakamababang time wherein you can book for accommodation is 3 months. Which is yun ang laging nire-recommend sa mga estudyante. Kasi kung 3 months yan, at least pag nandun na kayo, maigsi lang. Baka mas makahanap kayo ng mas mura. Marami naghahanap, lalo yung mga classmate ninyo, share-share sa bahay. So para mas makatipid po kayo. Next po. Yan. So payment natin sa tuition, may sarili kaming payment portal. Pag na-receive nyo ang offer of admission ninyo, you have 6 weeks to pay ng tuition. Dapat bayad kayo at least 2 weeks before the due date na nakalagay kasi lalo kung ang inyong gagamiting payment ay bank to bank o yung gagamitin nyo yung inyong local bank. Ayan, sa number 3 option, yung wire transfer. It takes 10 days ng crediting. So pag lumampas kayo sa due date, mahigpit kami. We will cancel your offer of admission. Now, we are accepting major credit cards. Direct debit, unfortunately, hindi tinatanggap yung Pinas debit card. So yung patatlo, yung wire transfer nga, gagamit ng local bank, pwede. BDO, BPI, Metro, whatever your bank. Online payment, kung inyong sponsor ang magbabayad ng tuition in Canada, they can pay via online banking, bank bills payment nila, or credit card. Okay, so last part na tayo. Paano nag-work yung ating PGWP or yung post-graduation work permit? Nag-study kayo ng 1 year na post-grad natin, 1 year agad ang duration ng inyong work permit. Nag-aral kayo ng 2 years natin, then up to 3 years ang eligibility sa work permit. Now, mayroon kaming tinatawag na 1+1. So for example, nag-apply kayo ng international business and you need more time. That's the reason kung bakit kailangan yung mag-extend ng study. So ang maganda, kaya flexible din yung 1 year natin. Bago matapos ang 1 year, pwede kayong mag-apply ng second program sa Canada. Hindi kayo uuwi ng Pilipinas, extend. Okay? So for second program, probably nagustuhan niyo yung human resources, pero wala kayong direct background sa Philippines, kaya nag-international business muna. Pwede. So sa second program, when you apply for human resources or hospitality, mix and match, kung ano man ang inuna, ang maganda, magiging 2 years na rin ang duration ng study. So up to 3 years na rin ang ating post-graduation work permit. At of course, magkakaroon kayo ng 2 post-grad na qualification. Let's say international business or human resources. So mas magiging maganda po ang career opportunities ninyo in the future. So if you can see here, how it works, syempre, is of course that you get the points from your education and you get the points from your work experience in Canada. That's why malaki ang inyong possibility to have the eligibility to apply for a permanent residency through the student pathway. Okay, so that's the end. Now we can proceed to the Q&A.
All right. So awesome. Nako, hinga ka muna, Maria.
Yun nga, okay naman ba? Hindi putol?
Ang galing. No, it was very loud and clear. Thank you for your
Thank you.
presentation. We appreciate it very much. We have a question here. Albert is asking. I believe you mentioned it, but it's worth repeating. Is it true that IELTS is no longer needed in Canada now? He's preparing for an IELTS exam kasi mag-aaral daw siya ng masters sa New Zealand. So, in NCT, is an IELTS required?
Actually, ay hindi na po. We are not, kumbaga, hindi na po kami nag-require ng any IELTS or any other form of English proficiency test.
Oh,
Okay? Ang
that's good.
kailangan nyo lang i-provide is yung, as I have mentioned, kung graduate kayo ng high school sa old curriculum, is yung inyong English certificate, yung tinatawag nating MOI.
Mm-mm. So, yun ang
Hindi mo
tinatanong niya. Oh, where do you get the MOI? So, that's provided.
Okay. Sorry
Yeah.
naman. Where we get the MOI, medyo nahihilo pa ako. So ngayon, ang MOI is hinihingi yan sa school kung saan kayo nag-graduate. Okay? So kung
Okay.
college graduate, you can ask sa inyong college or university. Kung sa high school, doon hinihingi. Ang nakalagay lang dyan basically sa certificate na yan, that during sa 4 years na study ninyo, the medium of instruction is in English. Ganun lang. And then, nakalagay dapat 4 years ha, tinitingnan ng admission. Minsan kasi tayo, SY 2000 to 2004.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, gano'n. No? Gusto nilang nakalagay talaga yung words 4 years na study, dapat in English. Now,
Alright.
dapat meron yung letterhead ng school kung saan kayo nag-graduate, and then the signatories and the school stamp or seal para valid siya.
Interesting. Okay. Now we have a question here from Leonie. Kung 1-year program po bang kukunin niya, maaari pa rin pa ba niyang dalhin ang kanyang children and spouse to Canada?
Wala po yun sa length ng program, no? Hindi po, whether it's 1 year or 2 years. That's actually a very good question para alam ng lahat. Basta public college tayo. Sure kayo na meron kayong eligibility because it comes with it. Okay? So, yan ang advantage ninyo. And we are a public college. So, lahat ng program namin, whether yan po ay 1 year or 2 years, eligible agad kayo sa post-graduation work permit and of course, kasama ang pamilya.
Very good. O, diba? So, I believe if we have follow-up questions, Maria, we can reach out to you, right? Or through the Secure Visa team. I'm going to your slide here with your details. Can you walk us through it?
Yep. Okay. So on this one, actually, this is like a general email natin no, sa school. So if you can, para hindi sila ma-confuse, my email is I can really type it here actually. No.
Okay.
If you have but I prefer that you go through Secure Visa, no?
Right,
If you have
right.
any question, and then para mas ano tayo, okay ang process.
All right. But okay, so we are very thankful that you've provided us with your time, Maria. Marami kami natutunan talaga sa offerings ng NCT. And it's really exciting sa mga tao nagko-consider talaga to go to Canada. Salamat sa iyong mga information. At we hope you have a safe flight as you travel. So kapag may mga questions pa po, everyone, just please keep in touch with the Secure Visa team. We have our links here at the chat, and we can connect you with Maria and her team if you want to look for a program that's right for you. Any last words, Maria, before we let you go?
Okay. Yes, of course, I would like to say thank you sa ating Secure Visa team, and of course sa lahat ng ating mga attendees na nandito this afternoon at talaga nag-stay until the end. So, yan ang mga sign na makakapunta tayo sa Canada. Kasi if you're really interested, this is one thing I can tell you, and you see how good the opportunity it is, then you grab it. No, hindi natin kailangan pa na magkaroon tayo ng other mga negative things pa in life. So all you need to do after this is go to or talk to Secure Visa. And that's the first step because sila na ang bahala sa lahat. School admission and para sa inyong consultation one-on-one para mas detalyado, mas maintindihan ninyo ang proseso. At kung kaya, and then you go for it. So I'm very excited hopefully to welcome you to Niagara College Toronto and makakuha kayo ng visa. Good luck to everyone and hopefully we can see each other again. So, thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you so much. Bye, Maria. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, everybody, don't let go. I'm still here. Wag niyo po akong iiwanan as Maria is heading off for her trip. Now, tapos na tayo sa info session natin on NCT. Ito na, alam na natin ano yung mga programs na pwede nating pag-aralan. So please, I hope you're still here. Our 36 viewers, nagsishare pa po ba kayo? Or nakikinig pa po ba kayo? Can you give me a thumbs up or a like if you're still here and enjoying our session? Okay, keep those comments coming in, and we have our links here being typed in by the Secure Visa team para meron kayong mga resources also and how you can connect with us. Thank you. So many hearts. Awesome. Okay. So eto na yung Maria was discussing earlier about tuition fees and other things as you want to study in Niagara College, for instance. So now I'm going to discuss some of the study permit financial requirements. So as you know, there are two major investments that you need to prepare if you want to study in Canada. So take note, these are investments. These are actual monies that you will use as you're investing in your future, not just your future as a student, but of course, in future as your family, with your family, diba? Okay. Um, First, the investment you would need is your school tuition fee. And your second investment would be your evidence of funds. For tuition fee, kindly note that it differs from university or college. So as pinresent kanina ni Maria, there's a 1-year tuition fee. They can break it down into semesters. So iba-iba po yung mga rates nito at depende rin po sa length and type of program. Depende rin po sa budget ninyo at kung ano yung school na mamamatch sa inyo at yung pipiliin ninyo. In this case, I won't be giving any exact figures, but based on the presentation of Niagara College earlier, you have a ballpark figure of how much it would cost for a year. So if it was a 2-year study, you will multiply that by 2. Okay. Now, evidence of funds. So please listen carefully. Okay, Canada requires you to show proof that you can support your studies and your cost of living as you're coming to Canada. You need to be convincing to the immigration officer that you're capable to live comfortably with your family or with your spouse. So you have to have enough proof of funds. So there are other agencies, let me be honest, they will tell you the show money lang ito. We never call it show money. Please take note. Very, very careful about the term. Hindi kasi siya show money. Kasi it has to be actual evidence of funds. Um, uh, when you can say show money, as other agencies may call it, they would say you don't need to bring it in Canada. However, if you really want to be approved and you're very serious about your study program, your evidence of funds should be accessible to you. And we will show you what are the types of requirements you can submit to support this. So, as sinabi ko nga kanina, you have to have enough funds. Even though sinabi ng ni Maria kanina that you can work for 20 hours as a student, again, hindi yun ang main source of funds mo kapag nandito ka na sa Canada. So even before you come to Canada, it's recommended that you're already well prepared, not just with the amount for your tuition fee, but of course for your expenses. Lalo na pag hindi ka nag-iisa, mayroon kang partner, spouse, or children. Okay. Now, because of the current inflation going on, you would need, of course, more than enough para hindi naman kayo maiipit at hindi kayo magkaroon ng any challenges and you will be able to finish your program, makukomplete mo siya with no delays. So, now having direct access to your evidence of funds is a smart thing to do. So again, be very careful. We don't call it show money. So now, some people are asking, do I need to have these funds all in my hands before I start my student application? Depende po yan sa inyo. That's my answer. So as early as now, if you're still planning to look for a school, you may start completing your documents, which sinabi nga kanina ng Niagara College, yun yung mga diploma, transcripts, and other certificates, right? Now, at the same time, you're still saving up and preparing your funds. That's a good idea. Now, kung hawak mo na yung funds mo on hand, if you have more than enough now, then good. You can proceed with yung application. Now, merong mga clients kami na actually hindi naman nila on hand kagad yung funds nila. It took them a year or two to complete their funds until finally they filed their application for student visa. So that's still possible. The important thing is you're preparing now, you are armed with information. So you won't make any mistakes, right? And of course, Secure Visa will be here to guide you on that one. So now, meron naman ding mga clients na super ready na sila, yung funds nila. So within 6 months or less, they are able to get their approval for their visa at nakakalipad sila sa Canada. So again, this is iba-ibang mga circumstances based on our clients. So again, the best decision is to start ahead and plan ahead. Now, sa mga ating viewers, if you're interested to come to Canada, just give me an idea. Are you planning to come alone for now, or with a spouse, or with your partner, or with your family? Can you type it in the comments here kung you want to come to Canada for solo, or with partner, or with family, or with children? I'm curious to know sa ating mga listeners and watchers. Sino pong gusto niyo isama sa Canada? Or if you were to come to Canada, how many of your family members would you like to bring with you? Ako, from my case, I came here to Canada with my husband and, with my husband and my 4 children. So, kayo po, sino pong planning to come to Canada solo? Solo for now, Miss Angelus. That's interesting. Thank you for sharing. Okay, planning to go solo. That's actually a good idea also. So, again, there's no issue about coming solo. Just to give you some information, meron nangyayari din na the applicant comes solo to Canada, and then a few months later, we can apply for the permits of their family. Nakakasunod din sila sa Canada. So that's very, very possible. And okay, Miss Cheska will be coming to Canada with her children. So ang galing, di ba? Okay, and Marb with wife and baby. Oh, ang galing. Oh, 'di ba? So, if you're prepared enough, then you can apply together. So that's good. Okay. Now, thank you for your comments, everyone. Now, here's the question. So we were talking about funds, evidence of funds. Now, what if I don't have enough funds? So let's be realistic. So, ano naman ako, hindi naman ako puro ano lang, meron, right? So, paano naman pag kulang? So, pwede ba ako mag-apply for student visa? Of course, this is a very common scenario. Here's the answer. You can actually use 1 to 2 sponsors to help you add up to your evidence of funds. Okay. Oh, thank you for the answer. Whole family better? GBiz. Ruby says, kung meron kang 1.5M, is it enough as proof of funds? I will hold on to that. Let's pin that question because I will show you some illustration later about that. So Joelyn wants to bring her hubby and her 2 kids. So ito na, we're talking about sponsors, right? So a sponsor can be a friend or a family member, relative. So they will provide their sponsorship to you. There are some documents that they need to submit along with your application. So kasama na dun yung kanilang banking statements, their proof of funds sila, kanilang mga work. So, and then of course, to establish your relationship to this person, you can actually have multiple sponsors with different accounts as well. So here are the things you need to understand before you choose your sponsor and submit them in your application. Hindi naman sila kailangan na maging Canadian. So they can be residents of any country. They can be your parents, family, and relatives, as mentioned earlier, as long as we can establish our relationship. Usually understood naman sa Philippines, di ba? Our parents are very helpful to us. Our sisters or brothers, we support each other. So one of the common ones is the sponsors are siblings. They can also be your parents. Now, for some applicants who are much closer, let's say, to their uncles or aunts or lolos and lolas, nagiging sponsor din po ang mga grandparents and also mga aunts. Now, your sponsor, of course, whoever they may be, they're willing to provide their proof of funds. And of course, their documents are legit and verifiable, meaning if it's from the bank can always check kung sino po yung may-ari nitong account na ito. And kailangan talaga din ipakita nila yung mga sarili nilang mga bank statements. Not just yours as the student, but because they're their sponsor, kapakita din nila yan. Again, here's an important thing. Kailangan po bang ilipat yung pera sa account ko ni mommy? So mommy will sponsor me. Does she need to transfer it to me? Not necessarily. So there's an affidavit that you will have to prepare. and then it will be showing that it's a part of their support to you. So I mean, in some cases, if it were, let's say, a cash donation or a cash gift, so minsan nililipat talaga ng ating mga family members sa ating account yung mga funds na yon. So to show you an example, we have this client, Fatima, who had a sponsor when she applied for Sioux College in Canada. So she was a solo applicant, and she was single. She was going to take a business management program in this college. Now, ang kanyang sponsor ay ang kanyang parents and kanyang older brother, who was actually an OFW at that time. So Secure Visa had helped Fatima with her requirements, and now she is actually almost completing her program na in Canada. I had met her, sinundo ko siya sa airport, and she's doing great. And she's also having her job at HSBC here in Canada. So as an example, someone was asking about amount. So for Fatima, as an example, she was required to submit 1.7 million, which includes her tuition fee and evidence of funds. So this is for her case, and this is for her school. So this is another client. We have Faye, who is studying at Fanshawe College in London, Ontario. So she was also a solo applicant, but she was married and she has kids. So when she first came to Canada, minimension natin kanina, pwedeng solo. Dadating ka muna ng solo. Kasi because her funds were not fully enough to show for like a family of 4, or a large family. So she had to apply first as solo. So ang mga documents na pinrepare niya, which includes an inheritance from her parents. So that's, her parents also were shown as her sponsors. So nakadagdag yun sa funds niya as a solo applicant, and then she also has her own funds. And then at this point, for this program that she was taking, early childhood education for 2 years, she was required to have 1.6 million in her account. So parang hindi nalalayo kay Fatima, pero she needed a sponsor. So her parents had donated the funds and transferred it to her account, and then nakadagdag yun sa kanyang current na funds. So why am I showing all these life stories to you, diba? So it means kahit may sponsor ka, you can still come to Canada. So as long as you fulfill those requirements, and then your documents can be verified, you should be able to have enough proof of funds, and this will be good enough to convince um, the visa officer of your intent to study. Okay. Now, what are the documents that I can present? So you kept, Anna, you kept talking about tuition, proof of funds, blah, blah, blah. So ano yung mga usually sinasubmit, di ba? Now, we can present, as I said earlier, bank certificates, bank statements. If you are employed, pwedeng pakita ang pay slips, certificate of employment. And then if you are, let's say, also working abroad, so you can also get bank statements from your bank abroad. So sinasubmit din po yan, not just Philippine banks, but you can also use foreign banks if you're employed abroad. So ganun din po kung meron kayong mga certificate of employment, let's say, if you are working abroad, there may be need to be a translation of some of the documents, especially for Middle East. I think they provide English translation. So those are other things that you can prepare. Now, meron naman tanong, how about yung mga properties ko like bahay, lupa, sasakyan, stock certificates, or investments? Kasama po ba yun sa proof of funds or evidence of funds? Okay, so properties are not part of your proof of funds. However, we include them in your application because they are your assets. So they are part of your ties to the home country. So listen again, I would say properties and other non-cash assets are not part of your proof of funds, but you present them in your application as um, your ties to your home country. So kung meron po kayo ng mga insurance plans like Sun Life, meron po kayong family business, parang gano'n. May sasakyan kayo, meron kayong bahay, o meron kayong lupa, even memorial plans, even government contributions like SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, we all submit those because those are good proofs of your assets na meron po kayong naipundar. And it's a good proof that you have ties to the home country, which is the Philippines. And this will help to convince the visa officer that you are indeed intending to come back to the Philippines after your study to build your future here. So that's one of the ways to do it. From our comments, if you have questions, the Secure Visa team is answering them here. And there are some links that you may click there to help you out. So let's move on. Okay. Now, what are the other fees you need to prepare aside from the tuition and the evidence of funds? So aside from that, as you're applying for your student visa, meron pong medical fee, biometrics fee, etc., as listed here. And this is the estimated amount. Okay. Now, kanina nabanggit ng Niagara College about how much their tuition is. And as said earlier, do I need to pay the whole tuition fee right away before ako mag-apply for student visa? Hindi. Hindi po kayo required to pay the whole tuition fee of the 2-year program. Some people can pay only one semester. Sabi nga ni Niagara College, paying one semester is enough to secure your slot. If you pay it within the time frame that they have given you using the payment methods that she mentioned earlier, or you may also pay the 1-year tuition fee. Now, when you're already starting to study here in Canada, then that's when you can pay your next tuition fees. Now, okay, so after you submit your study permit application, the funds that are remaining in your bank account should be more than enough to pay for the tuition of the next term. So hindi dapat bitin, hindi din dapat sakto. So dapat more than enough. Kasi syempre, pagdating mo ng Canada, kailangan mo ng bayaran yon kapag natapos mo na yung first semester mo. So dapat naka-ready na yun dun sa evidence of funds mo that you can pay your tuition fee with no worries at tuloy-tuloy kang makakapag-aral. Here's a question now. What will happen to the tuition fee if my study permit application got refused? So, nangyayari naman yan. It happens that you may get a visa refusal at one attempt, right? So, two things you can do. If your school start date is near, katulad ng na-mention kanina ni Maria, kunwari January or May or September, pag malapit na tapos nakatanggap ka ng refusal, you can inform the school, please hold my slot, but you can defer me to a later date. Because at this time, you can reapply your study application, study permit application. Hindi po mawawala yung tuition nyo. Your slot is secured. The school keeps your slot there, but they're just moving you to a different batch. They're probably moving you to the next semester or maybe even the next year. It depends on the availability of slots dun sa program. And another option, if you do get a visa refusal, unfortunately, there's then an option to refund the school. So you will just be presenting these proofs that you want to refund, let's say, and then the full amount will not exactly be returned to you, but it depends on the school. They will probably and most likely deduct some admin fees, which is about $200. But you still get your tuition payment back. So ito yan, yung what if I get a refused application, right? So let me illustrate to you that Secure Visa has actually helped a client, not a client, but many clients who have experienced a visa decline. So here we have an example of Vivian. She had an application. She filed her visa application by herself without any help from any agency back in March 2022. However, she got a refusal, as you can see here in the letter on the left. However, after a month, she decided to reach out to Secure Visa. How can I re-strategize? How can I fix my application? How do I get an approval? I want to try again. And she did. So by May 31, 2022, she was able to get her approval for her student visa. So, hindi po kayo dapat ma-discourage kapag may refusal. So, this is just one stumbling block, but you can always go through that hurdle, right? With the right planning, you can just need to provide more information. Na-approve pa rin po yung mga tao. So, the refusal letter is not the end of your study journey. You can still study. You just need to strengthen your application. So, that's what the role of Secure Visa is, to help you put your best foot forward when you have your application. The refusal is just a way for you to correct any previous mistakes. And then, mas maganda na ngayon yung next application mo. Okay? As I was saying, the bottom line is we will not stop until you get your approved visa permit. If you get refused once, don't worry, we strategize. We will talk to you. Let's see what we can do next. So don't immediately say, I want to withdraw my application. I want to refund. No, we can always reapply. There's no time limit to apply. There's unlimited trials to apply. As long as you're willing, Canada will allow you to apply as many times as you can. Okay. So for whatever reason, and then let's say you got your PGWP, you finished your 3 years of PGWP, and then um, I didn't qualify for permanent residency in Canada. What do I do then? Okay, excuse me. Okay, hindi ako na PR eh. So, anong gagawin ko? So, what we want to tell you is you have nothing to lose but everything to gain. First of all, you completed a program in Canada, you studied, you gained a Canadian qualification, you got a diploma, whether it's in business or accounting, or as mentioned as those programs earlier. So, this is a globally recognized credential. You can put this in your CV. When you come home to the Philippines, employers will see this. So you have an international qualification, and of course, within that time frame, you had gained Canadian work experience. So when you come back to the Philippines, you're more employable. You have a higher skill set, of course, and more years of experience at foreign experience, pa, diba? So it's a plus for you. And again, if you had worked in Canada already full time, by the time your 3 years of PGWP is finished, edi nakabalik na rin yung investment mo that you spent on your tuition. Nakabalik na-earn mo na siya pabalik. Yung minimum wage na kaninang na-mention, that's already constantly going up. Kanina mentioned sa slide, it was $15 in Ontario. It's as much as $16+ now. So that's just minimum wage. So if you're working full time, you can earn back yung investment mo when you came here to Canada. And again, you have improved your confidence and communication skills. Of course, you went to a foreign country, you work with foreign employers. So of course, you'll be much more confident when you're applying for jobs in the Philippines in the future. And as I said, when you're back home, you're more competitive and your CV is more attractive and employers would really want to hire you. Okay. Okay, quick recap. So, quick summary of what we discussed so far. We talked about why the student visa process, student visa pathway is a great way for you to earn your permanent residency. There's 4 reasons. Reason number 1, you can get a PGWP, which allows you to work for in Canada for up to 3 years. And as a student, even if you haven't graduated yet, you have the privilege to work part-time 20 hours per week. And if you're coming with a spouse, your partner, or your family, you can bring them as long as you're eligible as a student and you're enrolled in a DLI or a designated learning institution with a program, whether it's a 1-year diploma program or 2 years postgraduate program, you can bring your spouse and your children with you. And of course, if you're prepared enough, this is the fastest way to move to Canada. You can do it in 6 months or less as a student. Okay. Now we talked about the qualifications, and some of these include your student background, as mentioned by the school kanina. Ano yung mga documents na sinasubmit? Are there English tests required? What are the types of grades that we need to submit? Okay. And then we learned about what kind of programs I could get if I'm already an undergrad or if I'm a graduate. So how long are these programs? Is it 1 year? Is it 2 years? Or what are the intake dates? Can I come in January? You can come in May, or you can come in September. And then we talked about the 2 major investments that we require you to be prepared with, which is 1, your tuition fees, and number 2, your evidence of funds, which that would support your cost of living. Okay, there's a question over here. Someone are asking about the ties to present. So nasabi namin kanina, di ba, aside from your evidence of funds, ini-include natin sa ating application yung mga ties such as any properties, businesses, insurances, or investments. So hindi po siya proof of funds. However, they are your ties to home country. So very important po na complete din po yung mga documents na yon. So okay, let's go back to the 3-step process that we mentioned earlier in this presentation. Step 1, study in Canada, which is under a DLI, get a program that best matches your skill set in your career path. And then step number 2, after you graduate, you get your PGWP. And then now, number three, after you've gained enough experience in your PGWP and you qualify for PR pathways and you have enough points, high points in your CRS score, you may become a PR, diba? So it's a three-step process. It's not that short, but it's very understandable, right? So are you guys still with me? Um, Give me a thumbs up if you think this is doable and understandable enough. Si tutuloy ko pa, I have more to share with you. So, okay. So mukha namang naiintindihan natin ng itong three-step process na to. Meron na tayong idea. Give me a thumbs up kung yes. Okay. So, di ba, maganda talaga ang study pathway dahil marami kang opportunities, not just for bringing your family, but of course, expanding your knowledge, expanding your skill set, and expanding your experiences, and then becoming more qualified for other pathways towards PR. Thank you, Albert. Of course, di ba? This three-step process, we've narrowed it down to these three steps. Very easy to understand. However, to prepare for that process, that's why you would need to be well informed. Ellie, thank you. All right. Now, marami nag-yes. Okay. Now, how do you go about getting your study permit? You have the option one, which is to do it on your own. We call it a DIY, right? If you have so much time, mahilig ka mag-research, so it's totally doable. You can, that's your option, right? Um, if however, there's an option two, it's just to leave it to the experts. That's why Secure Visa is here presenting you these information so that you would know that there's a fast track advantage that will help you get to Canada much faster rather than doing it a DIY, right? Now, we want to share with you that if you're going with the experts, option two, of course, there are four things that you need to succeed. Unang-una, nag-mention tayo kanina ng school. So that's one of the factors, right? Kailangan meron kang correct course, the right course or the right school that fits your profile. Hindi po any other program lang. So dapat well matched siya sa iyong experience and skill sets. Secondly, kapag meron ka ng school, na-accept ka na sa school, how do you convince the Canadian immigration officer that you are deserving to come to Canada? So ito yung sinasabi natin, part of the application process that we write that letter. We have to prove that we're eligible to study and we are serious about, bakit nga ba ako mag-aaral? Kasi kailangan ko mag-increase ng skills ko, mag-add ng experience, right? And number three, syempre, kaya nga tayo nandito, sharing our stories and information, you need a team of experts that will guide you. Team of experts with experience and legitimate experience in this process. And number four, speaking of process, you must be engaged in a proven stress-free process. So for a lot of people, I understand maraming nako-confuse, ang daming steps, ang daming kailangan. And I don't want to make a mistake or I don't want to risk myself getting refused, right? So that is our stress-free process is proven here to help you and support you as you prepare to get to Canada. Now, your option now is if you want to learn more at pinapakita na ngayon sa chat ng ating Secure Visa team, you can book a free clarity call with our team. So there is a link. I will repeat that. It's over here in the comment section. It's securevisa.com/book. We would like to invite you for a free video clarity call. So in this link, you will have a chance to speak to our education specialists and to ask any of the questions na nahihiyaman kayong tanongin dito sa ating live session, but you can always ask them there. At marami po kayong matututunan, much more na sa aking mga naituturo, mas marami pa kayong info na magagather dito tungkol sa process na yun of applying to study in Canada. So, give me a thumbs up kung this is a good option for you. I think I want to book a clarity call. There's a link over there. So let me know kung na-click nyo na, paramdam naman kayo, pwede kayong mag-click dyan. If not, you can share this link to some people who you think would gain a lot from getting this clarity call, lalo na pag sila yung may mga agam-aga at saka mga tanong pa. Now, other than that, did you know that you have an option if you don't want to book a clarity call, you can actually see us in person at our office. So more details on our location will be given to you if you will click on that link over here to book a face-to-face appointment. So there are lots of advantages of having a face-to-face discussion, right? So matatanong mo kagad yung ating education specialist on what are your options. So you'll get more clear information, faster feedback, of course, and you'll be free to ask anything you like, di ba? Um, the idea is we want you to be able to uh, be more informed about this process. Hindi lang yung nag-gather ko kasi siya sa Facebook, nag-gather ko siya sa YouTube, di ba? So you hear it from the experts so that malaman mo kung ano ba yung best options for you. So if you're going to book a clarity call with the Secure Visa team or you're going to have a face-to-face discussion, you can expect that they will understand your situation or your migration goal. Again, iba-iba naman ang mga story ng bawat client. Some clients may want to go solo. Some clients want to go bring their families, diba? So, i-check yung inyong mga credentials, kung saan ba kayo fit. Hindi naman tayo pwede lahat pumunta ng this certain college lang. So, some people can do a different type of program or maybe even a different province. So, there are many questions na kailangan ma-clarify with each other. Again, if you're also bringing a family, number 2 here, so we'll explore other opportunities that makes it possible for you to bring your dependents in Canada. And then, as I was saying, your feedback is more direct and you can talk to us freely about your questions. And if we believe that you are a good fit, we can discuss with you on how you can move forward. So again, the important thing here is you have to be a good fit to be a student visa applicant, right? Um, and then we can help you further in the next steps of your goal. If you are a good fit and you want a stress-free end-to-end service, we would like to present you with the Secure Student Solution option. So katulad nga ng sinabi ko, we provide you the support you need to prepare you if you wanted to go on a migration journey as a student to Canada. This end-to-end service will first off help you with your school needs, from educating and guiding you in choosing the right course and the right school and the right location. We will also be the one to assist you in applying for these schools. So you submit your requirements to us, we help you with gathering them and collating them, and we will bring it to our school affiliates, and you can get your letter of admission through Secure Visa, the team. Next, when it's time to apply, from guiding you and creating your statement of purpose, that application letter I was telling you about, we will help you with that one. And up until submitting all the requirements that you need for Canada immigration. And if you have been approved, then great. So we will also help you in preparation before you fly to Canada. So we can even welcome you and help you settle into your new home. It's great na pag nakalipat ka sa ibang bansa, meron kang meron kang kilala na maaring makatulong sa iyo. And even when you're in Canada, actually, that doesn't stop there. Our connection with each other doesn't end there. So we help you with giving you guidance on how to prepare your resume. If you need assistance in finding a job, so we can provide you with resources and contacts for that. Same with housing options. So that's part of our extended settlement support service. Now, as I was saying, if you were to learn more about these supports that we can offer you, you can book a clarity call through the links here on our chat box, and then we will know if you are a good fit for this one. So let me show you some of our clients who have availed of these services. This is Claudette. She has availed of the service, and she is now in Canada and almost finishing her program. So these are part of the welcome kits that were provided to her before she flew on her flight. And this is the Bantug family. I also met them at the airport in Toronto Pearson last year. So they are a family with one dependent child. So we were able to help them with the processing of their visas. And now Kathy is completing her program in Humber College in Toronto. And this is Julian and Anne. They are a couple, and they were also approved for their study permit for Anne, and then a open work permit for Julian. So again, so they're just only some of the clients who have actually really found success with the help of Secure Visa. So nagtulong-tulong tayo. They're able to achieve to come to Canada, right? There's tons more client feedback that you can check out on our Facebook page and also our Secure Visa YouTube channel. It's also there. I'm just going to show it to you really quickly. So these are legitimate testimonials from our clients who have availed of our services and were happy and happily and safely arrived in their destinations, whether it was in New Zealand or in Canada. So there's hundreds more of these testimonials like this. And actually, dapat nga kami yung mag-thank you sa kanila dahil they reach out to us and they trusted us with their applications, not only solo applications, but couple applications and family applications. So before I near the end, malapit na po tayo, please don't leave me yet. I want to remind you to please book a clarity call on the link in our chat box or look at the link here, securevisa.com/book. Give me a thumbs up if you've clicked on the link or shared it. Please don't forget to forward that to people who might need this information at sila yung matutulungan ng mabuti with a face-to-face discussion or a clarity call on October 13. Please remember that we can have you book a schedule for a face-to-face discussion with our education specialists. It's not just one, it's a whole team of specialists that you could have a one-on-one discussion and ask all those burning questions na gusto nyo about migrating to Canada. All right. Give us a thumbs up if you already booked. I'm very, very happy that you're here listening to our presentation. So again, aside from a video call, you can book a face-to-face call. The links are in the chat below. And you know what? We are at the end of our presentation. Hey, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. For those of you who are here still with me and the team, thank you very much for watching our information session and learning about Niagara College in Toronto and all the benefits of applying for a student visa here in Canada. There you have it. I hope you learned a lot. Again, kapag may mga tanong po kayo, andito yung chat and then andyan yung mga links. Please reach out to Secure Visa team via email or our Facebook page. And we will see you again next time. Thank you. Bye.